Welcome, traders, to Blueprint at TradersPost, February 5th, 2026. I'm your host, Peter Hartman, part of the marketing team here at TradersPost, alongside Sacred Prophet, the payout pappy, Tom Hartman. I'm not going to get used to saying that. Your friendly neighborhood coder. This episode is brought to you by BluSky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. But we'll tell you more about them later. Today's stream is about the Codex app, and is it good for traders? As always, a quick reminder, everything we build here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We're here to showcase what's possible with automation, not promise profits or predict your portfolio's future. All right, Tom, how you
The
doing?
reason you have difficulty is because you're given the wrong nickname. It's Sacred Prophet, Prop Firm, Payout Poppy. If you say it properly, it rolls off the tongue.
Doesn't roll off
Okay?
the tongue.
Yeah, it does. It does. Peter,
Yes.
Bitcoin is, as of this reading on futures, at 60, let's call it 65,000 to be generous.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be a heartbreaking thing for hodlers and for people who believe in a better future regardless. And so we turn our attention to things that are making our future brighter, which is AI. AI is what crypto was. AI is now. It has supplanted crypto completely. We can just
No.
forget about crypto altogether and
No.
focus all of our attention on new AI tools in order to be bigger and bigger than we were before, until it crashes into a fiery burn like silver does. So, Codex. Peter, have you had a chance to test out the Codex app at all?
just before we do that, Mustang Traders
Yeah.
in the chat. Good afternoon, Peter and Tom. Good afternoon to you too. Where is my son? He does not belong on Blueprint. He was there at Price Action Live. You were an absentee father this morning. Where were you, Mustang Trader? Good to see you in the chat. Tom, you were saying?
Yeah, have you had a chance to try out the whole Codex app?
Look, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence here. I'm a Claude Code kid, and I don't know.
I'm a Claude Code kid.
The Codex app, I looked into it. I watched some videos. I don't see how it's good for me. Maybe it's good for like developers and people who do a bunch of stuff. I don't deal with like work trees or anything like that. I don't deal with PRs. I build things on my own for my own little thing. I don't see how it's going to be useful for me. Plus, I don't have the subscription that you need to get the best out of Codex, which is the Pro plan. Okay, that's
Oh, wait.
$200 a month.
Is that what my problem is?
I mean, in terms of not the UI, the use case, but in terms of getting the best out of the AI model, yeah, you need a GPT 5.2 Pro, and I hear it's very slow. I hear it's
Yes.
super smart. I haven't really found anything that I'm building that Claude Code can't build. Every once in a while, I'll go to my Codex, just regular ChatGPT $20 plan in order to fix something, but 4.5 Opus has been really great. And then just before we came on here, 4.6, Opus 4.6 was released. And apparently that was that?
Really?
Yeah, 4.6 was just released. I don't know. I'm going to read you what the update here is. It seems minor, but I don't know. They say better. Introducing Claude Opus. I don't know if you want to pull that tweet up. Maybe it'd be better to read it on screen.
Yeah. Opus 4.6. Okay, let's see
Do
here.
you have it on screen? Can I pull up your screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Opus 4.6. We'll go to the launch. This is the benchmark. Well, I guess we can just read that. That's fine. 4.6, our smartest model got an upgrade. Opus 4.6 plans more carefully, sustains agentic tasks for longer, operates reliably in massive code bases, and catches its own mistakes. It's also our first Opus class model with 1 million token context in beta.
Oh yeah, baby. Peter, the AI wars. It benefits us. It benefits the regular people. Now I get it. This is very much an Uber or Lyft sort of situation, very much an Airbnb and hotels.
Oh, wait, shut up, Tom. Before you go any further, before we get too far from here, Mustang Trader says, I was listening in the background. I heard one of you jokers was in Michigan and didn't get a hold of me. Insert sad face here. Yeah, we had a meeting, a company meeting. TradersPost flew us out there, so that was pretty cool.
I didn't know Mustang Trader then.
Yeah, I didn't know you were there then
I thought
either.
he was in Costa Rica. I didn't even know he was in Michigan.
We're glad you
I
were
didn't know that.
listening this morning. So not an absentee father. I take that back. Hey Peter. Hey Tom. Hey Stanley Obedem 5029. Good to see you in the chat. Let us know, anybody out there, if you've been trying Codex app. That's the new app from OpenAI. It's not like just Codex. It's the Codex app. They just released it like 2-3 days ago. So let me know if you've been using it, or let me know which AI you use. Like, do you use OpenAIs? Do you use GPT? Do you use Claude Code? Do you use Grok? Are you a DGen? Let us know what you use in the chat. Sorry for interrupting you, Tom. Please continue.
Yeah. So the AI wars in a situation where they're competing for my attention. They want my dollars. They want to become the biggest, baddest intelligence peddler in the world. And I get it. For now, we're gonna get the lowest prices, the fastest output, and just competing with each other. Very much Uber, Lyft, very much Airbnb and hotels or whatever. Until there's a king of the hill. And when that
You
king of the
think there
hill
will
gets
be?
there, oh yeah. And when that happens, well, Skynet. But until then, we can build things and do things cheaper, faster, better, stronger.
I actually want to say
So,
something about that in just a second. In the chat, we have a question from um, Atul- Altulka Shayap. Hello, sir. Is Codex app on Play Store or is browser only?
it's only on Mac right now. It's only on desktop Mac, which is a downside for it. But whatever, we're gonna review it anyway because that's what I'm on. I'm on a Mac. I'm not on a Linux. I'm not on a Dell. I'm not on anything like that. I'm
Should
on
we
a
read
Mac.
the Codex? Should we read their launch tweet about it? Since we're
Well, there's
with
not much
Claude.
more than that. So you read that part. After that, they go and they talk more about how they're upgrading Excel, PowerPoint, agents, and that sort of thing.
Okay. All right.
The Here's the thing. Here's the problem.
I,
It's
I was
made
talking
the
about Codex, not Claude Code, just now for the tweet.
oh right. So Codex is here.
I was saying Trader says, I'm in Detroit right now. Ya dingle weenie. Okay. Right. I don't know what that is, but I like it. I do like it. Tom henceforth will be called Dingle Weenie. All right. Thought you want to read this here.
So the whole idea here is that the Codex app is trying to compete with all these other developer tools out there, right? We have Claude Code, which we talk about on the show a lot. They already have their CLI, the Codex CLI, which is OpenAI, their tool within a terminal. There's also Gemini CLI, all these things. But people feel like these CLIs, this IDE, can be a little bit intimidating. Just code everywhere, files everywhere, colors everywhere. It doesn't feel as good for regular people. And Sam Altman came out and was saying specifically that what they're trying to do is appeal to, I mean, lowest common denominator. I don't mean to make it sound that way, but the people who are non-coders, for everybody. They want free services available to everyone. And so Codex is taking a whole new angle to the developer experience, which is a chat application that is running. You can pull up my screen here, Peter. The chat application that is made for developers. That's the idea, that you have all the same sort of interface that you're used to in the Chat GPT app or any one of these AI apps, but that it can actually access your code base, make changes, and all that sort of thing. So I'll let you know ultimately what I think at the end of all this. But for right now, when I'm taking a look at anything that's going to unseat Claude Code from my experience, I'm looking for a few things. Like if it doesn't have these things, I'm not really interested. I'll check back later when it has it. Number one, I like the idea of a unique experience where I'm tackling code in a more comfortable, easier, friendlier way. And in this vein, Codex app does actually, I think, actually wins out because in the Codex app, you're able to have different tabs here that shows up on the side, just like the conversations you're used to in ChatGPT that are doing different things in your code base. So it could be running, it could be doing different things, and it's fun to have it in this sort of interface. When I do it in my IDE, I actually have to open up a new terminal tab and then start a new Claude Code. and then like run it from over here. So I do have it this way, which is, I'm trying to give some sort of accolades to Codex for that. Um, it still has the same problem where if it edits files, it can, if you're editing the same types of files, if the agents are edited in the same types of files, it can overwrite things and you end up with this problem, right? So it only really works if you're using one agent to handle one feature and then another agent to handle another. You know what I mean, Peter? Otherwise, you have the
Yeah.
codes get overridden at the same time. So unfortunately, there's no. The idea here is that using work trees is supposed to get around this. The idea for a work tree when you're doing any sort of coding, and don't worry, we're not going to focus too much on the pure coding aspect here because I do want to focus on the trading part of it. But the idea here is that when you're using it with Git work trees, the idea is that it copies your project locally so that the two agents could work completely on the same on the code base and they're completely siloed. But I found it very difficult to work with work trees locally, depending on what type of thing you're building. It's not something it's been a smooth experience for me, regardless of AI systems. So that to me is not like a win there. I just focus on my agent for it to focus on whatever it's doing. So what that means is that if let's say using PineScript agents in this, which I'll show you how to hook up in a second, I could have one agent working on one script, one strategy, one indicator, and another one doing something else, or multiple ones doing other things.
I have heard that working with work trees, I don't know if it's specific to Codex, can be a little finicky and things don't work quite as well. But your mileage may vary, and a feature that might be great for one person may not be useful for you. I am very interested in how this can be applicable for traders. What's your instinct? What do you think is going to be the benefit for traders if Codex app works the way it should?
Well, what really got me was this idea about automation. They made this whole deal about automation. This is something you cannot do in Cloud Code,
Mm.
where you can set a task for the agent that it is going to do on a regular schedule. So I thought, hey, that's great. It can do things like provide reports for me. It can. I thought, well, first of all, I thought it could just execute trades on my behalf.
Mm.
But the thing with the automation with Codex app is that when you set up a new automation, it could do it at most 1 hour. So obviously, it can't trade for me because even if I gave it all the information that it needed, it won't automatically trade in that time frame using the native automation inside of Codex. So unfortunately, that wasn't good. But what it can do, one thing I did like about the automation, which I can do in Cloud Code, is that I can set up a task here, like I have it here right now for PineScript, where it'll go and review the new release information. So let's say I go to, I'm constantly going to the PineScript documentation in order to see what the new releases are. And then it'll update my code, the PineScript agents, with the new features. That I do like. I like that quite a bit. So, for example, here in my PineScript agents, it went and fetched this. It took about 25 minutes for it to do. It went, it grabbed. So if I go and edit this so you can see what it looks like. Uh, where are you? How can you edit this? Nope, don't delete it.
Wait, this was a scheduled task that you made it go to?
Correct. Yeah. Why can't I? Oh, there it is. So I call it PineScript releases, and I tie it to my PineScript agents project, and then I say, "Hey, go update the documentation to the account for any new releases for PineScript since the last update." And I give it the URL, and I set it for 9 a.m. every day of the week, and that way it'll go and fire off. And you could also just fire it immediately if you want to. And so it actually went. It searched the web for that information for the release notes. It grabbed all the information on it, and then created a release notes document for 2025. So can I actually open this up here if I open thread. So at the top right over here, if I click on toggle diff panel, it'll open up the changes that it recently made. So here it made a README file, and I could see here that it made updates from, this is from 5th of February, last checked. Darn, why is it only giving me 2025 information? Let me just see. I don't like that, Peter. The release notes have information all the way to 2026, and it only did to 2025. So I'm assuming it went in its training data and did it that way. Let me just go
What?
back to
Really?
automation. Yeah, update this. Can I talk to it? Let's see if I can talk to it, what it says. So I can see that you did the for you ran the automation for PineScript agents in order to release notes, but I'm only seeing release notes from 2025, nothing from 2026. Did you go to the actual page and pull that information? I'm using Whisperflow. I'm very happy that it's funny. John, CEO of TradersPost, fantastic guy. He is brilliant, so brilliant, he does not need these AI tools. And yet, I'm trying to hit, hey, let's see what it would be like if you had these AI tools. What do you think? And this actually happens to a number of developers. I'll say I'll use Whisperflow just to talk to my computer. You guys know me. I like the sound of my own voice, the dulcet tones of my own deepness. It makes me feel really, really good. But a lot of people don't want to hear themselves talk, and they don't want to be talking out loud. They don't want to be doing any of that. But John started using it, and he's like, "Hey, it's even recognizing when I'm referring to something in the code, and adds it in directly. Like he doesn't have to type it out." And he's coming around. He's coming around. All right, over here, the AI agent says the model is not supported when using Codex with a ChatGPT account. What?
You're not using the API.
See, is it so much to ask just to have infinite intelligence that just works? Stop giving me this V1 stuff. I'm on V17.
Is that user error or its error?
It's saying I don't have the plan for it. This is the first time I've seen this message. The model is not supported. So I guess I chose a medium model, Codex 5.2 medium, and it says it can't do that for this with a ChatGPT account. Why can't I do it with a ChatGPT account?
What
Let's try
model
it
did
again.
you choose? Medium?
I
Once you
just
use Codex.
There's two. I don't know what medium is here. There's two mediums. One says 5.2 Codex. One says 5.2.
Codex is the coding model,
Let's try it again.
and the non-Codex is just the regular model.
All right. Well, let's say this does work perfectly and we can get it working the way it needs to, and it can update the documentation regularly. I like that. I absolutely like that. Another thing that I do like about Codex, as far as the trader is concerned, I might want to use both, right? Codex and Claude Code together. And what I like here is that in Codex, you can click on the terminal button at the top right or Command J, and you can then load Claude Code inside of Codex. Like you could use it at the same time. That I do like. Because then I don't feel like I have to choose one over the other. I can just do both. I find this pretty interesting. And you can do that in the other way around, right? There's nothing in Claude Code that you can do to load the Codex interface.
Why don't you trade? Why don't you code in like using Ghosty, like in a terminal? Because you can have whatever, all those models can be in the same interface.
Well, what I would want here is just to there's certain
you
things.
wouldn't get all this Codex app thing, so I guess that's different.
That's right. I'm gonna get all the Codex app stuff. And I do like the interface. I just wish it was like smoother. So here, let's see what it says. Do you want me to update the automation memory file with today's run summary? Sure.
So I like seeing on the left side those threads because it makes it a lot easier to get a overview and to jump back and forth between two different projects. So in terms of managing, I've heard that Codex app is really good for managing projects, managing multiple things at the same time.
Yeah, so they say this, and it is. If I was working just on my own personal projects, I could have all my projects on the left over here and manage it. This is something it's very annoying in VS Code. A whole new window opens up for every project you're dealing with, right? So I could have 8 projects on my computer. It's using up RAM. I can't remember what's where. A Claude Code finishes. I can't remember where to get to it. It is annoying. But what happens here is that, and from what I've seen people talk about this, they're not really verifying their code. Like the agent says, they ask the agent to do something, the agent does it, they say it's done, boom, and they merge it into their project. Because it looks like it works, and so they do it. But there's like a right way of doing things, right? And so if you're making anything that's like anywhere close to enterprise grade software, where it's something robust that can scale. You want to have thousands to tens of thousands of people using it, where you're not making a request to update your code, person send, okay, great, everything looks fine, let's move on with our day. You're like, this has to be consistent, otherwise it's just going to be spaghetti that gets created. So normally when you're, instead of enterprise, you have reviewers who are making sure that it's done properly. You're following certain conventions for the project, even ways that certain things are done, even though there might be 3 different ways of doing something, you're doing it in a particular way in order to stay with that convention. And the AI is not telling you that it's following any of that. It just says done. So I'm like wondering, yeah, if you're making your own hobby apps, fine. But look what happened to the guy from Moltbook, who made the social media platform for agents. And it just exposed all the API information, all the API keys and secrets of everybody.
Wait, was it Moltbook that did that, or was it OpenClaw?
No, it's Moltbook.
Oh,
Yeah, the social media platform for AI agents.
rough.
So it's like, it all looks fine, but if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know what you know how to protect information or how to do certain things, like problematic.
I don't get people connecting their AI, whatever it is, to like their personal private stuff. Like it's crazy. It's insane.
So I also wanted to see, hey, could I feed this? Could I export information from my trade information from TradersPost, and then have it like analyze it and provide me a dashboard with some sort of analytics for my trades, some sort of recommendations for my trades? I could not get this to do this reliably, so I gave it my trade information, which is easy to get from your TradersPost dashboard. All you need to do is head over to your backend for TradersPost. You click on whatever trades you want, and then you click on here. I'm going to click on 88 to get all the 88 trades from this subscription, and then export it. When you do, a CSV file is on your computer, and now you have all the trades from that subscription. It could be specific trades, it could be a strategy, all that sort of thing. So with Claude Code, I could just give it the file and go, hey, prepare a dashboard for me to analyze my trades. And I'm expecting to be able to do that with Claude, and it's not able to do that with Codex, and it's not able to do that in the way that I would expect. So it actually made an application, but I asked it to run it for me, and it's not doing it. Let's see if I could do it here. Or let's even open up. Okay, so here it ran the I ran this the command it gave me, and it gave me errors for this page. So let's go ahead and see if we can fix that real quick. I'm trying to get an analysis of my trades. So I'll do it the way I would normally do it in Claude Code. Actually, let's do this. Copy it, paste the errors. Let's see if it's going to fix it. And while it's running that, I'll just say we'll take a quick word from our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by BluSky. If you're looking for a prop firm built for real traders and that's automation friendly, meet BluSky. And when you pair it with TradersPost, it just clicks. BluSky is a best-in-class prop firm with same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. They also offer launch plans starting at $49. And if you're a first-time subscriber, use coupon code WELCOME26 to get 50% off your launch plan. Get funded with BluSky, execute with TradersPost. Sign up today at blusky.pro, that's BLUSKY.pro, and plug in your edge. Trading involves risk. Use proper risk management. I'm sitting here looking at my trade while we're black screen. My goodness. All right. We had a question in the chat. Is this news real or fake? Social media of AI. Are you talking about Moltbook? If it's real, can we open it up live now? I thought it was fake news. It's not fake news. I actually went to it. Sorry, let me go and pull that myself. Let's go here.
Actually, that's a good thing to check is nowadays, here's Moltbook.
I'll put it on my computer.
Nowadays, we don't know what's real or not.
Mine's not choppy. Give me a second. Let me make sure we got it good. All right, give me a second. Desktop 2. The chat we have Atoka who's saying is the starting of consciousness in LLMs. Look. Can you prove that you're conscious? If you can, I'll give you $1 million because consciousness is
Wait,
a very
have you read some of those posts from like have you actually
yeah.
gone through Moltbook?
Yeah, I have, but imitation, you know what I mean? Like we will never know if these AIs are conscious because we can't prove that you and I are conscious. All you know for sure is that you're conscious. You don't know if everybody else is just a dream. So we'll never know, and AI will become extremely convincing to the point where there's no way you would believe it's not conscious, but that still wouldn't prove it. That's the problem with consciousness and AI. Now the question is, if something has all the appearances of being conscious, whether we can prove it or not, how should we treat that thing? And there is a question to say, like, if you treat something that appears to be conscious as a slave, as a whatever, something negative, that would actually be bad for humankind to treat things that way. So
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It sounds dangerously like you're saying I should not be using AI as frequently as I'm using it. Peter, let's leave the ethical debate for people who are not my generation. All right. I want them to look back at what I'm doing, going, I can't believe they did that. I didn't know. The thought never even occurred to me.
Well, it occurred to me. All right, let's get back on track here with do you want to look at Codex some more?
Yeah. So just taking a look at here, it was trying to find this issue with the trading analysis dashboard. Let's see if it actually go ahead. Okay. So it generated a dashboard with the number of trades, my win rate, average P&L, all that stuff. That it's trying to figure out. So interesting. If I could totally see how someone would way prefer using this interface that we've all been socialized to learn than to use Claude Code. Totally get that. So it feels good. I know some people are like, hey, I've started using Codex and I'm not turning back. Totally understand that. I can see myself using both, but for right now, it's not doing the automation in the way that I would expect it, that I would want it to, and it doesn't do, it can't like trade on my behalf essentially, which is what I was hoping for, but fine. Other than that, it can. What I think I will be using a lot more for, and I'll actually force myself to use it because I have to do the same thing with Claude Code in order to become more comfortable with it, and that's creating PineScript agents. I like the idea of being able to work on multiple different scripts at the same time, so that maybe one of these blueprint it'll be like 5 scripts at once as opposed to one per week. One last thing to show here is the skills. So I know that Adventure Trader was talking about this earlier on this week on Broad Section Live, the issues that he has with repainting for scripts. And the idea here is that you can have a skill where you can train, you could load up a new skill and train this particular agent to know what would count as repainting for PineScript. And that way you can apply the skill to a script that you're using in order to figure out, hey, does this script actually repaint? All right. So I think we'll build out some more of these things. We'll try to see if there's a way of sharing this. It didn't look like actually there might be a way of sharing this. I like the idea that in the skills list over here will be things from TradersPost that'll help you analyze your trades, check out your scripts, add in exit orders and all that fun thing without you having to be intimidated by the VS Code environment.
Don't be intimidated by the IDEs and all that stuff. Like, once you start using these tools and you have a reason to do it, like some project that you're working on, you're building, you're going to get more familiar with it. I was very intimidated by trading, and all the things that you have to do, and all, it seems so technical, and it is. But just like anything, you can start off small. And if you have a goal in mind, it really helps you to learn whatever it is you're doing. So if you're trying to build something, let's say you have an app idea in mind, or a website you want to build, or something you want to create, and you dive into VS Code or Cursor or IDE or whatever you want to use, Claude Code for that, you're going to have a far better time and a far easier time learning how to use those tools than if you're just going into the tool saying, I'm just going to use it for I'm just looking around. So give yourself a mission, give yourself some type of goal, challenge yourself to use these tools, and you'll find yourself being able to use them more and more. And you're not going to be one of those people looking at something complicated going, oh, it's just too hard, I don't feel like dealing with it. That being said, if you are one of those people, just wait 6 months. A new version is going to be coming out pretty soon. So if you don't want to be avant-garde, whatever you're looking at here at Codex, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a clone to some degree, and it's only going to get easier. So parties just getting started.
I gave myself a challenge to make one completely new project that's nothing to do with trading every month. So I did one that's like a writing app. I did another one that's a decibel. I call it Too Loud. It's a decibel listener app on my phone, and if the kids are too loud, it yells out, calm them down, because I'm tired of saying it.
That's really funny. I went to an arcade with my daughter. She's 4 years old, and my partner the other day. First time I went to an arcade, and they had this. This was like a modern arcade where they had this floor that was like not augmented reality, some type of augmented reality, where when you walked on the floor, the lights on the ground moved, and you could play games on the ground,
Right.
and with your body. So I'm actually going to be building. I have a little projector here, and I'm going to put it up above, and I'm going to use an iPhone or something for the camera, and I want to create a floor game for my daughter. I've never done anything like that before, but because of all the experiments I've done with AI for the past year or whatever we've been using it, I'm confident that I can build something like that. So I'm looking forward to playing around there. Not trading related though.
Code is a commodity now, Peter. Code is a commodity. All right. So we'll be back next Thursday with even more Blueprint, bringing you guys stuff, intros to things, new scripts, new ideas, in order to make our lives as traders a little bit more interesting, a little bit easier. Please join us tomorrow on Price Action Live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you get to see us trade live. You guys, if you didn't see Peter today, it was great. Peter has dipped his toes inside of the markets. It was fantastic. And we'll also be here tomorrow at 4 p.m. for after hours. We're talking about all kinds of market moves. We're gonna be talking about silver. We're talking about Bitcoin. Yes, there is a bottom, and yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. But in order to find that out, you got to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we're here as traders for traders to make your life interesting and easy. Anything else, Peter?
Thank you to everybody who's watching live, everybody who's watching after the fact. Really appreciate it. You make this a lot of fun. And we want to hear your opinions. I see some opinions in the chat here. Always eager to hear what's going on. Go out there, try some stuff, and let us know how it goes. That's it.
Happy trading, folks.